They don't see themselves as an opening for the universe to work through.
This means that whenever you give, it's always going to come back. So you don't have to ever think about that again. Just give, and the rewards will be greater than you can ever imagine.
Begin to see yourself as an opening for the universe to move through, to work through, to make a difference in life. See yourself being used by life to improve the quality of life, to expand and to grow.
That you were motivated not by greed, and that you're not motivated by trying to get stuff, trusting God and doing things out of the love of God and seeking God as the priority in your life and not seeking things. You would understand that it's giving with the right heart. It's giving, proving to yourself you can trust God. And if you're not motivated by love, then your giving will have zero benefit to you. Other people may benefit out of your giving to them, but you won't benefit in any supernatural way if you don't understand the right motive and the right reason behind it all. And the fact that God has created this system for us, he didn't create this system for himself.
Most people have a very limited view of themselves and a very limited view of the universe, do not see their relationship to the universe, and cannot see how energy and things can flow through them. I love Gibran and the prophet. You give but little when you give of your possessions, but it's when you give of yourself that you truly give. Gibran goes on to say that those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And we know people who give only to be recognized. I love that old saying, judge a man not by what he does, but by that he doesn't have to do. And to judge the true quality of a man is what he'd do when nobody's looking. Gibran goes on to say something else important. He says, and there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life. See, most people don't give, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't believe in life.
There is something so significant that happens in the life of a believer when they begin to give. You can say, I trust God, but how do you authenticate that trust? You authenticate it through your giving. And that God's not asking you to give because he's trying to get something from you, but God set the system up for you. And remember, it is not the giving of money that's responsible for the manifestations of what grace has made available. It is you giving, proving that you trust. And somehow, some way, he knew that if you could give money and give financially, that you wouldn't allow money to be your source. But God would always be your source, and you would use money to serve God rather than serving money and believing that it could take care of everything in your life.
Most people don't give because they don't understand the abundance in life. And so they go through life holding back on life, not understanding this also, that what you hold back from life, life holds back from you. So most of us go through life, ladies and gentlemen, not giving, and we're cheating ourselves, and you're also cheating life. See, I believe that all of us have some work to do, that each one of us showed up to do something, that each one of us showed up to contribute something to life. And that if we don't do it, it will not be done. No one is going to write your book.
It says, whatever you sow, what? You shall reap. Fairly blunt, hopefully clear. Here's my first suggestion on the law of sowing and reaping. Don't try to beat it. You might as well try sitting on the sun in the morning. Keep it from coming up. You'll have better luck. Whatever you sow, you reap.
But you can never expect increase to show up in your life if you're not willing to sow. You look at other people and you may say, well, they must be special, or God loves them a whole lot more than me. No. If we don't give and if we don't sow, then we don't set ourselves up to receive increase in our lives. And I'm not just talking about increase in one area, but there are increases that can come in lots of areas once you begin to live the life of the sower.
Discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment, the bridge between inspiration and value achievement, the bridge between necessity and productivity. Remember, all good things are upstream. The passing of time takes us adrifting, and drifting only brings us the negative, the disastrous, the disappointment, and the failure. Failure is not a cataclysmic event. It is not generally the result of one major incident, but rather a long list of accumulated little failings. Failing in life is failing to think today, failing to act today, failing to care, to strive, to climb, to learn, to keep trying day by day. If your goal requires that you write 10 letters today and you write only 3, you are down 7 letters. If you want to make 5 calls and you only make 1, you are down 4 on calls. If your plan calls for saving $10 today and you save none, you're down $10 today. Now the danger is looking at an undisciplined day and concluding that no great harm has been done. It doesn't seem like such a bad day. But add up these days to make a year, and then add up those years to make a lifetime, and perhaps you can now see how repeating today's small failures can easily turn your life. Into a major disaster. Success, on the other hand, is just the same process in reverse. If you plan to make 10 calls and you end the day making 15, now you're up 5 calls. If you then get up a few on letters, move up the savings numbers, you can see what a massive difference it could make in a year, and what wealth and accomplishment awaits for a lifetime. Discipline is like a set of magic keys that unlocks all the doors of wealth, happiness, sophistication, culture, high self-esteem, pride, joy, accomplishment, satisfaction, and success. The first key to discipline is awareness of the need for and the value of discipline, and especially the discipline to make the changes. What will it take? What must I do? And what must I become to get all I want from my life? The second key is the willingness. More than that, the eagerness to maintain your new discipline deliberately, wisely, consistently. And the third key to discipline is the commitment to master the circumstances of your daily life, to see and harness the opportunities to make something of the sun and the rain, the good as well as what comes in the guise of misfortune. Discipline does many things, but most important of all is what it does for you. It makes you feel better about yourself. Even the smallest discipline can have an incredible effect on your attitude. And the good feeling you get, that surging feeling of self-worth that comes from starting a new discipline, is almost as good as the feeling that comes from the accomplishment of the discipline. Second, a new discipline immediately alters your life direction. You don't change destinations immediately. That is yet to come. But you can change direction immediately. And direction is very important. Third, discipline cooperates with nature. Everything strives. It is a common life function. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it can. Everything strives to become all it can possibly be. And that striving to become is what discipline is all about. Disciplining ourselves to fulfill our natural potential to become all that we can be. And finally, discipline attracts opportunity. Opportunity is always looking for ambition and skill in action. Discipline taps the unlimited power of commitment. The human will in action, driven by inspiration, enticed by desire, tempered by reason, guided by intelligence, can bring you to that high and lofty place called the good life.